Candy, thank you for being on Salsa Brew. And I always start off by Nick saying, tell me your best dad joke.
Best dad joke.
The best icebreaker there is.
Oh, okay. I guess with our theme, I would say, what did Dean Martin say when he saw the eel?
Tell me, what did Dean Martin say when he saw the eel?
That's amore.
See, the point is I always try not to laugh at these, but you nailed it right there, man. So, okay, man. Well, we are going to start off with our cranberry salsa with so close to Christmas time, so dig in.
What would be your recommendation here? I've got chips in front of me and the bread portions.
Oh, no. So the chips for the salsa, then the bread's for when it starts getting a little too hot for you.
Okay, all right.
Oh, okay.
I'll take care of you guys.
Cranberry.
It's only out in November and December, so it's a little
Wow.
jalapeno and stuff like that. You like
That's
it?
delicious, yeah.
Yeah. Super good. Sweetness right up front.
Yeah.
Then the spice is just enough to let you know you're still eating salsa.
Let's go into the original salsa. We call this the one that started it all. Original.
Oh.
This is kind of like, I guess, your version of this would be our pit boss.
Yeah.
Just regular, traditional, basic salsa.
Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome. Tons of spice.
And during our salsa tasting, of course, tell me what the beer I'm drinking over here.
So you're actually drinking the Cover Your Snout Stout. The beer was put into concept when San Diego had actually went to implement their mask mandate. So I was trying to inspire people to cover their snout, so I decided to name it Cover Your Snout Stout. But it's got a nice creamy feel to the mouth.
It's really smooth.
Yeah, and then a little bit of back sweetness. We put a little bit of lactose in that. I don't want to go too overboard on lactose. It was actually the only beer that I have lactose in it, but I wanted to maintain some of the sweetness. And we actually threw a little bit of coconut and some vanilla in there to give it just a little bit more flavor. But you're going to pick up some dark chocolate notes, a little light vanilla coffee bean, and yeah, that creamy mouthfeel is really what I enjoy about it.
What's the ABV on this?
It's 6.7.
Oh, okay.
So it's more of an American stout. It's funny because some people think that a stout needs to be motor oil, but this is one that can just you can sip on it, enjoy maybe a pint or two, and not have to worry about your drive home.
All right, well done, my friend. All right, guys, number 3 will be actually our biggest seller in our shop. Actually in the grocery stores too. It's the black pepper garlic.
Sounds good. I love garlic.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. But I can never get enough garlic.
Me either.
One of our biggest salsa, but I tell people don't eat it a couple hours before you go to bed though, because
Yeah.
But let's move on to number 4, which is our Serrano. Now, Candy, this is where the heat starts happening.
Oh, uh-oh. It's already happening in my mouth.
This is my favorite one in scrambled eggs. Funny as it sounds, but
With scrambled eggs.
with scrambled eggs, yeah, like on breakfast and all that. So, you might have some in the.
Yeah, I think in like Cabo, that was like always what was for breakfast. Was eggs and scrambled egg, or eggs and salsa.
Makes sense though. Good
Yeah.
combination.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So, what you drinking over there, Nick?
So this is my current pride and joy. This is Planet Nectaron. It is a hazy American IPA. We had gotten a hold of some new hops. The hops were from New Zealand. It's a brand new hop strain called Nectaron. And I knew I wanted to highlight the hops the best I could, so I put it into a hazy. It's not a super turbid hazy, but it's got a good enough look to it. We used Imperial Juice yeast on it, and man, it reeks of tropical aroma. It hits your mouth, and it's just pure passion fruit, tons of peach. Tons of peach, a lot of stone fruit, but I really enjoy this one.
I definitely gotta try one of those afterwards.
You do.
All right, awesome, man. Well, let's head over to number 5, which would be our Red Hot.
Number 5, and this one looks dark.
This one's got about 4 different kinds of peppers in it.
Oh, wow.
It's called what?
Red Hot.
Red Hot.
Generic name, I know, but it gets the point across.
No, in the casino we actually have the Red Hot slot machine game. Yeah, there you go.
You're really open about sharing everything. She's definitely your partner and everything, you know. Like every time you always see her, like, you know, Candy, you're always in there with the. I don't even know what this stuff's called, to be honest with you, but I always see you in action, you know, with the shovels or. I'm probably saying the wrong tools, right? Or
No,
just,
it's all good. It's a hoe, and she's raking out with the hoe.
Yeah, I'm pretty much his, you know, assistant. Whatever he needs, coffee, water, or a hose moved, something hooked up, you know, I'm just, for whatever he needs, I'm almost there to the point where I can see what he needs before he needs it, you know, so.
Yeah, that's actually the best part now. She's getting to a point to where, like, all I got to do is look at something, and she's like, oh, I know, okay, I get this, that. But the best part is that she has been doing this for quite some time. On the home brewing side, she was always there consistently at the drop of a dime. Sometimes it was for some pretty big things, like I need you to run 20 entries up to LA for a homebrew competition in 2 hours. Or it would be for small things. I need you to run down to San Diego and, you know, pick up some yeast from White Labs. But yeah, that's our feng shui, is that she's there to help every time. And now she's getting a lot of practice on the brew system. So I'm sure there's a time pretty close where she's going to actually end up brewing her own beer.
Well, Candy, you call it assistant. I just call that an awesome partner in life. So, but all right, on to number 6, which is our habanero.
Uh-oh, I'm getting scared.
Whew. You're doing good, though. You're doing good. Not bad, huh?
These are all fantastic.
I'm glad to hear it, man. Glad to
Gosh.
hear it. As well as your beers.
Yeah, they are really good.
So, Candy, what are you drinking over there?
I'm drinking the Pit Boss Hefeweizen.
Ah, the one that started it all, huh?
Yeah. This is the beer that took me from a wine lover to now a beer lover. This was the beer.
But it's okay to be both, of course. So.
I actually prefer the beer now.
Really? Awesome,
Yeah.
awesome. Says a lot about his beer. So we're gonna move on to, this is a new one. This is our habanero verde. So I'm looking for, you know, you guys want to name it? Cool. If not, no worries.
All right.
I gotta say, you said Candy doesn't do heat very well, but I don't know. It looks like she's doing pretty good to me.
I think she's really holding it together for the camera right now.
I am starting to sweat a little bit, and my nose is running. But, well, I worked at a Mexican restaurant for 3 years,
Oh, that's
so
right.
I think my spice level has gone up a little bit. But,
You're actually going for seconds right there. Cool.
yeah, I like the Verde a lot.
Nick, what got you started into brewing anyways? Like,
The whole thing started, initially I wasn't really big into craft beer. I, in fact, used to go to my softball games, and it would be a trip to the grocery store, pull out the calculator, and do my math as quick as I could to find the cheapest beers I could. One day, I ended up at Churchill's right here in San Marcos. So this is like, Churchill's is the birth of Five Suits Brewing and my inspiration, essentially, for brewing craft beer. But I sat at Churchill's, and they had a beer up there called Maharaja. And it was out of Avery, Colorado, by Avery Brewing. And I ordered the beer and put it to my lips, and the second it hit my lips, everything changed. It was just like liquid gold. And all of a sudden, my senses were heightened, and it was this moment for me. It was this like big awakening. And all of a sudden, all I could think about was that someone had created this, and it changed my perception on beer from that point on. And someone made this. And then I went instantly from drinking 4 or 5 of these to waking up the next morning because I ran into the door jamb on the garage. I had a little bump on my eye. You might call it a black eye. But woke up the next morning, I wanted to know how that was made. I wanted to know how beer was made. And so I ordered a home brew kit, and I just started learning how to make beer. But my whole inspiration for making beer came from that moment. And my goal is to one day just make a beer that blows someone away, that gives them that same experience. So that was my birth into craft beer, and that's what got me into this whole thing. So
I think you've accomplished that. We saw Chris's reaction to your Hefeweizen, so I think he's over there quiet, not talking, but hey, cool.
Yeah,
So-
you're not the first, too. It's happened quite a few times.
Well, actually, my daughter Veronica over here, she doesn't like beer herself either, but she's actually kind of, she asked for seconds on that one, so once again.
we're getting close.
All right, this would be number 8, I believe, and this is
I think I'm
the...
tapping out right now.
Are you really? Hey, you did well, though.
I'm trying to put the fire out of my tongue.
This is my generic name, but I'm calling this my Habanero Extreme.
Habanero Extreme. That was a
Yes.
perfect time to tap out with a
And
name
I
like
call it
that.
this because I will
Yeah,
say really
I'm like
quick, let me take a dip in
Sweating.
this first.
I'm starting to cry. Whew.
Nice, huh? Well, Candy, just do a little dip just to get the taste of it, you know?
I still have a little 7 on my palate there. So yeah, number 8's nice.
I call that one Habanero Extreme because when someone asks me about it, it's literally, I make a salsa a gallon at a time. So in this 1 gallon of salsa, it's 2 pounds of habaneros. Which is, yeah.
So what is the
1 gallon?
I make gallons at a time, yeah. when I
What
make
is the
salsa.
kitchen like as you're making this? Are we smelling and
I will say with habanero, not so bad. It's pretty, I mean, it's the hottest natural pepper, of course.
okay, I don't believe you.
However, when I mess with ghost peppers, that's when I want to wear a mask or something like that. Yeah, so it's a little scary right there. So, all right, cool. We'll dig into number 9 over here. You sure, Candy?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay, this one's going to be the habanero ghost pepper.
All right, habanero ghost pepper.
Oh my gosh.
But seeing Nick's reaction, Nick tells me I gotta start turning the heat up on these things.
No,
you know?
I'm starting to get some a little bit of nose run here. The tongue is definitely on fire right now. I'm gonna pretend that it's not though, and we're gonna continue moving forward.
Yeah, that one's I gave myself a little too generous of a glob on that one. But what do you think, my friend?
Yeah, that one's catching me in the back of the throat. Eyes are starting to water. The lights around me are starting to glisten a lot more. Yeah. Yeah, these are ones to savor.
Do you still ever see yourself making a hot beer?
I think there's always a time and a place to have fun with beer and spice. Absolutely. You just can't drink too much of it. So from a brewing standpoint, yeah, we'll do some small batch beers. In fact, we need to get together maybe and do some type of collaboration, small batch spicy beer.
Sounds good to me, my friend.
I like it.
I was gonna say, the thing about the breweries too is that I gotta say the brewery world actually brought our friendship back together. It was what, a good 25 years since we saw each other, I think. It was funny how, like, as my restaurant was coming into place, I wanted to make like a special beer for our restaurant, and I was talking to one of our best friends, our mutual friend Gus Svensson. So and he just kind of said, remember Nick Corona? I said, yeah, totally, man. He goes, you should give him a call. He's like the beer man now, whatever. So I give you a call, and now you're kind of stuck with me, my friend. I'm sorry.
I love it. I love it. Connecting with old friends has been one of my favorite parts of actually social media as a whole. So I think it's kept a lot of people in touch that maybe wouldn't have kept in touch.
On to number 10. Now this one, we started with a sweet, and we're gonna end with a sweet. It's a pineapple ghost pepper.
Oh, great.
Oh.
Yeah. So
So when you say sweet, but then you throw in ghost pepper at the end.
Yeah.
it's gonna be really good up front. I promise.
Okay,
I can't
up
promise
front.
what happens afterwards though.
And then-
So.
So I'm hitting tap out here at number 10. So I'm gonna
Well
survive.
done.
I'm gonna survive.
Well done.
I just don't want to cry on camera.
Crying, I'll cry with
This
you.
is
man.
really thick though. I'm afraid to pull too much of it out of here.
Come on, just go out the. Oh,
Is that enough?
I'll tell you yes. I'll let you get away with that. I also gotta tell you, our last taping with Savage Wood, Daryl went for seconds and even thirds. He was suffering for it, but I gotta just tell you that. So.
Yeah, the sweetness is definitely there up front. But yeah, the nostrils are starting.
But you did it all, my friend. Good for you,
Float
man.
in there.
But the fact is that every single person, well, no, Candy Young in it too, I appreciate it, but as almost, every episode someone's finished up the whole flight, which tells me I gotta turn up the heat on some of these now because I want to get to a point where it's really, really hard to,
That's pretty good. I think if you give just a little bit of like time between each one, they'll start to feel the pressure.
Okay, you feeling the pineapple one right now?
Oh yeah, no, that's really good. That's really good. But I was feeling it.
Want to go for a second? I'll do it with you.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, well, look at you go, man. All right.
So that's number 10, right?
That's number 10, dude.
All right, you got a big old glob, dude.
That's what I do.
All right, I'm gonna match you. Is that matching?
Oh, you're crazy. You're crazy. This cranberry, I'm like,
And the cranberry?
and the garlic, I love them.
So, Candy, I think you should at least dip a chip into the pineapple just to get the taste of it. You know what I'm saying?
The pineapple does taste really good.
It is, huh?
Yeah. Tastes
It's the back
really
of your
good.
throat, where it's,
Yeah. But you're paying for it about 30 seconds later.
We might pay for it tomorrow too, so we'll find out.
Ooh.
Give me a call,
Ooh.
man. So,
Yeah, this is good.
anything you guys want to end with? Anything coming up? Anything?
We have some 16-ounce can offerings coming up soon. So normally we've got our 32-ounce crowlers, which are right here, that we offer to go. We're gonna start offering some little variety packs of 4-packs, and I'm getting to a point where I can't talk very much because my tongue's not working very well. So do you have anything you want to add?
I don't know. We have a really good Peruvian lager that we just came out with that everybody's loving. So
Yeah, that's a good call. So we've got a brand new Peruvian lager that we put out last weekend. It's 5.6% ABV, but a real light, real crisp lager that I wish I had more of right now as my tongue's burning. Give me 1 second.
You went for the second dip, man. I can appreciate that.
Al Toque Peruvian lager, named after our Al Toque Peruvian kitchen that works out of the back of the house.
Awesome
So they
food, by
provide
the way.
all the food. Yeah,
I love their
super good.
Their fried rice. I know there's another name for it, of course. I just call it chicken fried rice, but it's amazing.
It is so good. Their food is fantastic here, and so we wanted to put some type of offering out there where people will really be able to enjoy it along with their food.
and we have a lot of Peruvian people that come for their food, and they are loving our lager, saying it's very
Authentic.
authentic. Yeah. So it's really good.
And you know what my last side note would be is I gotta tell you, for the longest time, my favorite brewery in North County was am I allowed to say the name or
Go for it.
was was Barrel Harbor. Me and one of my closest friends, Sid, we'd always make a point to come up to Barrel Harbor. One of the best. So then when I heard they weren't no longer around, I was really bummed out. But you can imagine what a second what a great feeling was. Like, okay, well, hey, I can't ask for a better ending on this than to have one of my good friends, take over and make a, it looks amazing here, by the way, guys. I can't wait for everyone to see it. You guys are a great place to share here. So, well, thank you guys. Cheers.
Cheers.
I have a teardrop falling.
All right, thank you guys.
Cheers.